scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. Scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm gonna pop it till I drop, cause I ain't dropping Miss Daisy. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I got a boast, I move like a ghost. Give them that Patrick Swayze's. All of them lost, they knew the cost. I chase them down, I'm the boss. Up in the circle, hitting that purple. If that don't work, maybe a perk. Well, Madison High, that is the spot where I get paid every raise. Sign on my checks with a big X, then get up out of my space. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. All of my shit, always legit, it's just what my mama gave me. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. Call it a win, once I begin, I'ma do it for my baby. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I am the one, hot like the sun, winning the races that pay me. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. Hitting the throttle, popping the bottle, pour it on top of like gravy. It's never a cap, winning the snap, and no one got nothing to say. I'm in every place, taking every race, nobody can get in my way. Tapping the brake, first to the tape, I never knew how to die. Give all the rest, all of my best, all of that tanks running dry. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. You think you know how this will go, don't be so goddamn hasty. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'll see you there, blood in the air, victory's gonna be tasty. Crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy.
Hello and welcome everyone to Dover, Delaware, home of the Monster Mile. And Wesley, we are here tonight in the SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series. There's only 3 races left to go, including this one in the season. You see Miles the Monster right there on the screen. And what a storybook day we're in tail for here at the Monster Mile.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good one. Now, Dover, it's always fun. There's a little bit of chaos. It's a concrete track all the way around. Those barely exist any days. We're finishing out the admin box tournament tonight. Whoever wins it whoever's higher between Snyder and Holloman, they're going to take home that prize. And then, like you said, only 3 races left. And I think we can also potentially crown that champion tonight.
Oh, I think without a doubt. Blair Holloman's going to be the champion tonight, even if Snyder wins the in-season challenge tonight. He will be our champion. The battle really is for P2 in points with Westwood and Snyder. And even Drew Prohl with a few weeks left in the season, 3 including this one, that's plenty of time to make up a 20-point deficit. So don't count out Drew Prohl for P2 in the standings. He'll get by Michael Tucker, and I think Ramsel and Gardner will probably get into the top 5 in points before the season is done, most likely. But yeah, Wesley, this track is tough. It is a tough racetrack, and the drivers are going to have a handful tonight. 150 laps. You have 5 sets, so you have 4 in the pits. It's not too bad. I thought it was 4 sets earlier, so that's actually better than I thought it was for tires. But, man, this track chews up tires.
Oh, it absolutely does. That right front, last night in the Masters Series, we actually saw 2 blown tires here. And that was only after about, I think he pitted every 75 laps he blew those. These guys have the tire allocation where they can only run 30 laps on a set, but I don't think that's going to be optimal.
Oh, no.
Yeah, for 5 sets.
Oh, yeah, okay. My math was not math in there. But, yeah, this track is absolutely awesome. I think that gets into the keys to tonight's race at Dover. Tire conservation. Just talked about tires because green rungs are pretty prevalent here. You do see big wrecks here at Dover, but you also see a lot of green flag running, so you got to take care of the tires.
Yeah, then not only with that, with the tire conservation, there's also restarts is going to be a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
Your strong restarts, you need to have a strong restart, but at the same time, your lane choice is going to matter. Not only that, with you wanting to get a good launch, you're going to want to stomp on the gas, but there's the issue. Wheel spin. You stomp on the gas too hard, too soon, your car's going to go sideways. You might collect others with you, but it's the best time to gain positions.
Without a doubt, Wesley, those restarts are the off because it is really tough to pass here at Dover. But managing lap traffic is another big factor and a time for opportunity when racing with your fellow competitors. That can really open up the door to make a move on someone who's stuck behind a lap car, or you could lose a lot of time. So lap traffic going to be a big play tonight here at Dover. How many cars, though, Wesley, do we see Miles the Monster take before this is all said and done?
I can't exactly tell you how many he's going to claim tonight. Hopefully it's not a lot, but I mean, it's Miles. If he's hungry, he's hungry.
He was certainly hungry for the Cup race, the All-Star race. He took out half the field. He was certainly hungry that Sunday, but we are going to go ahead and get to our national anthem real quick. Then we're going to go ahead and get to our driver's grid right after that.
The nighttime is the right time. Remember what I told all my drivers? Reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time. Drivers, start your engines!
And hello and welcome, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the national anthem just as much as every other red-blooded American patriot out there. But let's go ahead and get to our starting grid for tonight's race at Dover, Delaware. And not really a surprise, Garrett Johnston on pole and Christian Strader to his outside in P2. That is the front row tonight. Row 2, Lilith Peters in third and Colton Gardner, another top 5 qualifying effort. He's been knocking that out in recent weeks with the qualifying. Back in row 3, Heath Snyder, the man who's second in points, looking to win the in-season challenge, starts 5th. Dave Fuge Jr. will start in 6th. Back here in in 7th place, excuse me, Kyle Westwood, Blair Holloman to his outside, the championship points leader. Rounding out the top 10, we have Jacob Barker in 9th, Jordan Sailors in 10th. Slotting in 11th, Andrew Nagy. Jared Hayes to his outside in 12th. Noah Walters, 13th, Joseph DuPont in 14th. Jeremy Clapper-Newell will start 15th, JP Jones 16th. Christopher Hughes 17th, and Dakota Ramsell a little deeper in the field. John Freeman will start 19th, Tyler Cheney 20th. Oh, and that is our entire field of 20 trucks tonight, Wesley.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a smaller field per se. Some guys not making, I think there are some that are out on vacation or they've got something going on, which, you know what, can't blame the guys for it. But it is what it is. Nice field, though, and even with as little trucks as it is, there's still always the chance for chaos.
Yeah, Miles doesn't care how many trucks are on the racetrack. As long as there's a truck, he will take them and take advantage of them. But tonight, Garrett Johnston on the pole. That's a scary threat when he's up front. Wesley, we saw it at Rockingham. When he's in control of a race, he's a tough man to beat. Christian Strader looking on redemption for last week's P2 finish to Tyler Cheney. Can he get that first career win tonight at Dover? We're about to find out. Lilith Peters, a one and only career at Rockingham as well. A pair of Rockingham winners in the front 3 positions. First and third, Colton Gardner will start 4th. Snyder in 5th. And Fuge Jr. on his outside. Pace truck pulls off to the bottom of the racetrack, and we will see if anyone spins the tires. Green flag in the air at Dover.
Everybody seems they've kept it straight, so we're going to be just fine going into one side by side. Not Johnston, but Strader wanted to hold it around. No, he's going to let Johnston get the lead and single file out for second.
Oh, they're jostling, car on the wall. Dave Fuge Jr., everyone scatters down below him. The 22 with early trouble. Oh, he looks like he's broke. That's such a shame. Great qualify.
Not entirely sure where Gage went, but yes, it was a great qualifying effort from Dave and me. But truck seems like it's hurt. He might be just fine for now. Oh man, Gage is just gone. Yep, Gage is just having some technical difficulties. But either way, it's Johnston out front. Strader's not letting him go though. They've got 0.2 of a second between them. Peters in third, falling just a little bit back, about half a second behind. And then all throughout the field, everybody else. Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I was talking there too. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, sorry about that. You're right, Wesley. Johnston kind of put in an even gap here, 0.3. Little Peters not too far back. Snyder up to 4th. Got 3 Chevys and a Toyota, then another Ram in 5th. With 3 of the Rams right behind that. And then we have this gaggle of race trucks back here. You would think, Wesley, with how we see Tyler Chaney as a guy who's kind of all push, all attack, this doesn't seem like the racetrack that would suit the 54 when it comes to tire conservation. He's struggled at points this season. He's gotten better throughout the year. This is one of those tracks that you might think that maybe this could be a struggle for him.
It might be a little bit of a struggle for him, but he, like you've said, he's improved throughout the year, so he might be able to put it together again here tonight. Give him a solid finish from starting all the way in the back of the pack.
He's already up 14th position. He's on the move so far. Johnston, though, has kind of stabilized this 2/10 gap, and 2/10 behind him, or behind Strader, is Lilith Peters, but she's closing to the rear bumper of the 07. Her teammate Heath Snyder's dropped back a second from the race, or second from the third place truck, and 1.5 off of Garrett Johnston, which might be the right call, really. Save those tires, don't burn them up, and because you can go pretty long in fuel here, I think, Wesley, with Dover, so you don't want to abuse them up early in the run here.
And it's not exactly a fuel concern is when you're going to come into pits. I'd say it's more of a tire just because of how much these tires get eaten up, especially that right front. And Peters right now all over the rear straighter.
That's my point, though, Wesley. If you're able to save the right front and you can go 10, 15 laps longer without losing so much time, that's a big advantage because, I mean, I think the overcut's better here at Dover. At least I would think it is with how the tire wear is. So if you're a truck that's good in the long run, I think you're going to be good tonight. So take care of those tires. But Lilith Peters, man, she is hungry to the inside of the 07 of Strader, looking for P2 on lap number 9. And he's all the way up almost into the marbles.
He's going to let her take it. I mean, right smart move early on in a race. She's so aggressive right now, and there's so much time left.
Oh, yeah, we only have 41 laps to go, so we have quite the ways to go here tonight. But that goes fast here at Dover if the race runs green. So, and we kind of, something we didn't bring up, Wesley, in our keys to the race is pit road here is so hard to get onto. You saw it in the All-Star qualifying for the Cup Series, guys. But this is one of the trickiest pit roads to get on in the entire NASCAR circuit.
Yeah, and there's some people, they're going to want to stay on the racetrack right until pit entry. But probably the smarter decision to do it is you duck onto the apron going into 3 just because of how aggressive that debanking is. You're going from a high bank to almost nothing. And it can really upset the car if you hit it just wrong.
Yeah, it's just a really be conservative on pit road here. Don't try pushing for every little tenth of a second. It's just not worth it because Miles the Monster will grab you, man. It's just so treacherous, and like you said, with the way pit road is here and with how fast this track is super fast, and it kind of races like a big Bristol. That's what a lot of people say. They're both concrete ovals, but I mean, this track is so similar yet so different from the half mile.
Yeah, I hear it called the Big Bristol, as we just saw the 03 or Ramsdale, the doctor. He set up a move there to get around Kyle Westwood in the 92, kind of diming the corner, which is very reminiscent of Bristol. So it's a perfect time to bring up the comparison. But you don't exactly want to do that all the way around. It's eventually going to eat up your tires.
Yeah, the bottom lane's really where it's at. That top lane only really comes in late into the run. Early in the run, it's if you're already 15 laps into this race up in the top and second lane, that's not a good handling truck right now for the 40 of Colton Gardner. He's under a lot of pressure though from Westwood and Jared Hayes right behind him. Oh, might get crossed over here though, Westwood. He's going to be patient there. Good job from Jared Hayes though to work under the 40 truck. Jacob Barker might work under him as well to move himself into the top 10.
And Gardner, he's fallen back. We've had the biggest mover right now, that 03 Ramsdale plus 11. Gardner, though, one of the biggest losers, the biggest one being Dave, who got into the wall there. But Gardner, he's also fallen back, losing 7-8 places over the course of the run so far.
Yeah, struggling right now is Colton Gardner. Hopefully he can figure it out right now, but the short run seemed okay. But once it hit lap 15 or so, lap 10, this truck is shut off on him. And I think he needs to get back to the bottom if he can. and try and conserve these tires. That's what's really, those like 5-10 laps, those 5 laps there on the top did not help the tire conservation moment right there. Oh, Barker in the wall a little bit.
They definitely don't help tire conservation, and I'll tell you that is one thing that Colton Garner, he preaches each and every practice that any of the SMR or BRR guys put in. And even if it's not just the series, he preaches tire conservation because it helps you out so much more on longer runs with longer races. And he's probably a little upset of how long he got stuck in the high side.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, it's just kind of, sometimes you want to let everyone go, but then another guy comes, and just did not work out for him. But we talk about chat saying the doctor's on the move. He is. Dakota Ramsell up the P7 in that Toyota. But another Toyota on the move. Last week's winner, and the man who got his first win at Watkins Glen, Tyler Cheney, into the top 10, just past Jacob Barker, who had a big slide off of 2. Barker did there on the rear. It's not good for them. But he's tracking down Westwood and Hayes just ahead of him. So the 54 on the charge.
54 on the charge, and we've got a nice green flag going. And one thing that we missed before the race started, our picks.
You're absolutely right. And as it is the last race of the in-season challenge, I'm going to go with the man I picked to win it all back at the beginning of it all. Heath Snyder is my pick tonight for the win and for the in-season challenge. I think he's going to get it done tonight. Not looking too bad so far. He's 4th, 2 seconds off the lead, but that's my pick for tonight's race.
As for me, I went with my man that I chose to win it all for the admin box, and guess what? He's also the one that is battling Heath Snyder. I went with Blair Holloman. Me and Gage had our picks, and right as it started, we picked those two. Guess what? Final race of the season of the admin box tournament, and that's who we think's going to take it home tonight.
And Kobe, who you got tonight for this race at Dover, Delaware?
I took the doctor, as you can see on screen. I think he's due for a win. Where is he now? He's sitting in 7th, so keep going, buddy. You'll get there.
Without a doubt, Kobe. He's driven through this field tonight, so definitely don't count out the doctor. Dakota Ramsell, he's only 4th. He's actually closing in on the leader. Look at that interval on the left hand of the screen. It's now under 4 seconds, and he's tracking down Holloman and Sailors and that Snyder trio just ahead of him. Cheney's gotten by Westwood for 9th. Now he'll look on Jared Hayes, who got by Westwood.
Yeah, and while we've been watching all this in the back as well, Lilith Peters, she's gotten herself into the lead past both Strader and Johnston. Johnston actually followed back to 3rd now at the point.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. We were too busy watching Dakota Ramsell and Cheney work their way through the field. Lilith Peters has grabbed a stranglehold on the race lead. Not by much, though. Strader only actually a 10th off this time by when we're looking at the interval. He's closing, too. He might be making a move for the race lead. To the inside, into 1.
And these three absolutely underneath the blanket.
And Snyder, remember, he was 2-something seconds back a few laps ago. He's 1.3, so battling here at Dover. I know you kind of lose time every track you battle, but here at Dover, it's so much more because you're slowing down so much as a car on the outside and inside. You can't do what you want to do. And Peters from the lead a lap ago down to 3rd when they crossed the stripes this time.
And I know you weren't there for it, Gage, but last night with me and Joe in the Master Series here, we talked about what exactly Dover races as. It's a short track, or at least what we classify being a mile or under. But it raced so much like an intermediate speedway where you need to carry all the speed you can. So if you're side by side with somebody, side drafting them, you're both going to be slowed down. And as Snyder's shown, that gap just closed in so much over those last couple of laps.
I think maybe Lilith burned the stuff up a little bit. She was super punchy and oh wow, she had a big slide off of 2. Goes 2 lanes down off the top on the back straightaway with that slide, and she'll lose more time and heat up the rear tires for the 01. We're only 27 laps into the run. Big slides like that are not what you want to see. Snyder, though, he's working his way into the picture, into the frame back there in the yellow 29 machine. As, man, she is loose off of 2 every corner.
Yeah, I think we also saw the 88 of Sailors. He popped the wall just a slight bit off of 2 that time, but I think Peters might have used up those tires just a little bit too much early on, trying to get to the lead.
She can bounce back, though. Just hold that bottom. Don't burn them up anymore. maybe hope those guys in front of her use up the tires. Or Snyder and the other guys burn them up trying to get by her. Man, she's still not on the bottom.
That is the hope, but once these tires get hot, they are so hard to cool back down is the issue. And
you have to go slow,
you have to go a lot slower in order to do it. And at that point, you're losing time, losing positions.
Look at Heath. I mean, he's just so planted that 01 in front of him really just can't wrap the bottom good without sliding the rears anymore. He's going to go up just a little bit to peek that right front out, get some clean air on the front of the car. He's going to diamond it a little bit. Nothing much, though. He still wants to run the bottom. Big run the front stretch from Heath. He's going to peek inside into 1.
Yeah, quite easy. You have the momentum. You have the speed off corner exit, so why not try to make the move stick as Peter's really loose off of 2 again there.
And she's not
Still
clear of the 29.
Position.
She's fighting hard, though, and this is going to just exacerbate those tire woes. And the 29 slides off of 4. Battling for at least a lap now, side by side. Can they get it done this time? And one of them clear him. The 01 into the fence. That might be the opportunity. He's still not clear. Can he clear him?
Get through the corner this time.
Looks like he'll clear her through the corner. She'll have a big run, though, on exit. She might take it back to the bottom. Yeah, you're not really wrong, John. Once the tires go at Dover, they go. So Miles chews them up and spits them out. But Snyder, he's taking care of those good years. Up to P3. Now, you see all that time he lost Wesley on the interval? He's now 2.8 back from the leaders. That shows you what, then that's what we were talking about before the race. When you get to lap traffic, guys wanting to stay on the lead lap, that could be what happens to Strader, Johnston. And that could open up the door for Snyder, Peters, and Sailors to close back in this gap.
It could, and honestly, I'd be worried about it because with Snyder a little bit, we saw him get squirrely on exit a couple times. The truck seems planted now. It might have just been he got some dirty air being underneath the 01 of Lilith Peters. But there's also, and a big thing about Dover is the transition off the corners.
Oh, it's so weird. I mean, Dover's just a really awkward exit of the corners. And it's just very, very different than any other racetrack. It's just like, you basically feel it lift up, the rears get really light. It's a really weird exit to corners, and it's deceiving. You think you have all this room, and then it just tightens up. I mean, it's just a really cool racetrack, but you're right. When you have a truck on your outside, especially here at Dover with how fast it is, it just takes all the air off the rear spoiler and on the right side of the race car, and that's all the side force. With how side force heavy these trucks are nowadays, Wesley, it really affects the handle.
It does, and the main reason I brought up those transitions is because there's not only one on the exit of corners, but also on the entry. So, two areas your car or truck, car, whatever you're racing here at Dover. Heck, you could be racing a minivan. I don't know. It'd probably still be the same, but it upsets your car because of that elevation change. Going into the corner, there's a small rise before you dive into the turn. The bottom of the corners sit lower than the actual straightaways of the track. That's why there's that weird transition. And then, like you said, on exit, you kind of get thrown up towards the wall, tight on exit, even though you think you've got a lot of room.
It's just a really cool track. I think it's a really challenging racetrack, as Walters is showing everyone how challenging it is with another slide. Off of 2, but it's just a really unique racetrack. There's nothing like Dover. I mean, I know we compare it to Bristol a little bit, but it's really nothing like Bristol. It really is its own unique beast, and when guys come here, they don't really have anything else to go off of. You just have to know Dover. You're going to have to learn with just lap times and experience, really, at this racetrack. As Walters looks to the inside again at DuPont for the battle, for 14th on the racetrack, a Toyota and a Chevy. Behind them, Noel in the 7 car. And a few seconds behind them, Jones, Christopher Fuge, and Dave Fuge Jr. The last few cars on the lead lap, and about, I'm guessing, 6 to 7 seconds in front of the race leader, about 22-something second lap times, I'm assuming, around that
25.
range. 25, really?
25. Mid to high 24s to low 25s.
Wow, okay. I thought they would be a little quicker than that. So he has actually a lot more time than I thought he had to play with. Oh my God, Noah Walters about hits the inside wall. Keeps it straight though. That's a big slide in the rears. Just the dog a little bit on every exit.
Definitely not going to be happy. And with Dover, it's not so, I mean, the outside wall, it definitely comes into play. You've seen people absolutely tank slap it on corner exits, especially with 2, it seems, is where they're doing it the most. But your car gets hooked out from underneath you and you go spinning, I'd say the inside wall is probably going to be more of the punisher than the outside.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to hit the outside wall as hard as the inside. You're going to spin down and hammer that thing. Sailor's up to P4. I mean, this is a really good run for the 88.
It was called a spin cycle. It was referred to as a spin cycle.
Yeah, I saw. That's why. Whoa! As Sailors loose off of 4. That's what I saw in the comments, and it made me chuckle. This place really is a spin site. This place is just really crazy. We've seen a lot of green flag running though tonight. Haven't had a caution yet. As I say that, I probably should knock on wood, but we're seeing some great battling here though for P4, Peters, and Sailors. And then behind them, you see Blair Holloman and then Tyler Cheney. He's entered the chat.
Yeah, Tyler, he got both around the Doctor of Ramsdale and eventually around Hayes. He's up 12 from starting dead last.
Look at that line, Wesley. That is a great line. It's the line where I said it's going to take a while for that top to come in. It's come in time. We're 45 laps into the run. That top line's viable. Up to 6 for Cheney. Can he now close in on Sailors and Peters? He's flying.
I mean, he's right to the back of Sailors already.
And Sailors moved up. He saw the run that the 54 was getting. It's like, I want a piece of that, but he still doesn't get the run the 54 gets. And where do you block him? I mean, he can wrap the bottom still, too, and still make good lap time.
All the way up the track.
All the way up the track. That's a bit high into the marbles for the 88. Crossover move off of 4.
Cheney followed him all the way up there, but he cut it down, got the speed off of the corner exit. Now he's going to wrap the bottom, should be clear.
As chat calls him Blinky instead of Cheney in recent weeks. Sailors, well, I didn't know where Cheney was, so I didn't know what he's doing there. Cheney should be clear off of 4. And now he'll set his sights on Lilith Peters in 4th. 7 seconds, though, off the race lead, so quite a ways to go. At the 88, though, is right on that rear quarter panel. Or not rear quarter panel, the rear bumper. Could take the air off the spoiler. He's
That's another thing. Just taking the air right off that spoiler. That's all your downforce gone, and your truck does not feel happy with it.
Oh no, it hates it. Does not like it one bit. Christian Strader, though, man, putting on a clinic. 1.8 seconds clear of Garrett Johnston. Looking for a redemption drive from last week, coming up just short with a P2 finish. Looky there, Jared Hayes in the 7th, the 69. He's coming to the front. You're seeing these guys who took care of their tires, and you're seeing what dividends it pays. Snyder, we think has a pretty good truck, but he's 5 seconds almost off the race lead.
Just about, though, right in front of Strader. He's starting to get into lap traffic. He's probably only about a second behind the 49, and Christopher Fuge is going to be the first one to go a lap down. And then it's not too far ahead would be Dave.
Both those guys hoping for a caution or the pit cycle to start to shake some stuff up.
And the pit cycle, I think, has started. Lilith Peters is in.
Yeah, she was struggling a pretty good amount, but she managed to stabilize in 4th. Pretty early here, so maybe she makes that a 2-stop race then, Wesley? Pit every 50 laps?
That's what it looks like it's probably going to be. And I was
hope
curious
everyone get on off the road.
Yeah, I was curious about when the pit cycle was going to start based on the tire wear. Because like I said, I don't think it's going to be dependent on fuel like we'd see at a mile and a half.
No.
It's going to be how long the tires can survive, not the fuel.
And that's what I'm saying. If you have a good truck like the 69, he could run long here. Longer than the leaders if he wanted, because, I mean, he's not... I mean, he's up to 5th, actually. He's having a really great run. No Lilith pit, but he still would be up in 6th if she didn't pit. So he's having a great race. He could go long here, have fresher tires, maybe just continue to work in that long run truck. Oh, Blair Holloman into the wall. Uncharacteristic mistake from Blair Holloman and some new colors tonight in the 32 camp. A good, sharp-looking race truck. But he did kiss the outside wall. You're starting to see that move. I mean, look. Oh, Sailors into the marbles. And Dakota Ramsdell says, thank you very much. I'll take that. Up into the 7th spot again for Dakota Ramsdell. Sailor sails it back onto the bottom. This groove's widening out a lot.
It has. You're seeing people like just on the edge of the marbles, some even going up there because they ran too close to it. And I think there's still a couple of trucks that we've seen wrapping the bottom exactly like what Sailors did there on exit.
Oh, a bit of a block there. Oh, he might be pitting. Oh, he's not. There's no way.
He is. There's the doctor on the pit road.
Oh, really good job at maximizing.
Oh, and almost spun it.
That's the thing. When you enter off the racetrack that late, it is sketchy. But it looks like he got through without a penalty or spinning the car. So lap 56, he'll come down. A few laps removed of his teammate Lilith Peters. I'm pretty sure Lilith will be in the lead now. Once it all cycles, just because of the tire wear we have here.
It could be. Now, the fall off for these trucks are about 2 seconds a lap is roughly about what the fall off did. So, but there's also the fact that the fall off is aggressive.
Yeah, but she's running the top here at the start of the run. I just don't think that's the right call. Hopefully she goes back. Yeah, she went back to the bottom. Might have been to get by the 07. Definitely don't want to step between. Look at the gap. I mean, she is flying right now, and that's what new tires will do for you. Christopher Fuge is the free pass right now, so if the caution comes out, Lilith will have to take the wave around. Ramsdell's 2 laps down, so a race-ending caution if one came out right now for the 03 car.
Yeah, there's just so much, or there's just such high speed these trucks go around. The laps click by like nothing, and you spend like almost a minute when you're on pit road. So you're going multiple laps down, and you're hoping a caution doesn't come out after you pitted before everybody else is pitted.
This track's just so fast. I mean, that's really the thing about it. It's such a fast racetrack. That's what makes it so challenging. Sailor's right there. You see Jacob Barker in the 5. He's up into 9th. 2 cars in, but oh my gosh. Nagy back there has a moment. I think he might be calling the pit road in the 99. Whoa, Barker! Late call on the pit road. Keep it green, keep it green. Oh, that's gonna end his day though for Jacob Barker. Oh, don't do that.
I think that was Noah Walters that tagged him.
Yeah, I just don't think. I'm assuming Jacob didn't say it on the radio.
No, he called it out. I heard it.
Oh.
He called it about halfway down the backstretch.
I'm not sure what Noah was doing. They might have not realized what was going on when it happened. Either way, Jacob Barker is going to get the end of the stick here. Bad end of the stick, excuse me. Oh my gosh, he's all over the place. Excuse me. This time he'll make it a pit where he almost smacked the tire barrier. He also got damaged, so we were just singing his praise, and now the race is unraveled. He's just one lap down, and he'll go probably 3 down when the cycle completes for him. Probably be lap down when it's all said and done, when everyone pits, but man, really going to hurt his day, Wesley. Right now, only 12 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, Strader, he got around Dave Fuge Jr. the hard way on track during the green without the pit cycle. So laps clicking down, lead lap drivers are clicking down, and Strader, he's put himself a good gap to Johnson as well, over 2 seconds.
Yeah, but it's still in play, right? I mean, 2 seconds at Dover. I mean, we just saw how hard it is to get on a pit road. Even other guys might not have enough time or realize what's happening around them, and stuff can change quick here. And we've only seen a few guys make a pit stop, right? And we see already a mistake It's really easy to do. Obviously, that wasn't really on the 5. That was more on getting him pulverized.
And that's
Free
the thing.
pass right now.
They're gonna try to attack that pit lane as much as they can. And that means staying on the track for as long as you can, then diving on late. But there's just such a speed difference if you got somebody behind you between you slowing down to get onto pit road and then them carrying on with the lap.
I always just went super slow into 3 and then just put it on the apron. It's better to just not spin out
It's
or
safer.
get ran over here. It's way safer. I mean, you might lose a second, but like, I take that over being wrecked at the end of the day. But sometimes you have to do that, and if you're the guy that does that and it works out, then you gain that second lap time, right? And that's a big deal when it all gets counted at the end for the laps and give out a checkered flag. Christian Strader, though, man, he's looking like the car to beat right now on the long run.
And I'm not exactly sure. He's probably looking at a one-stop. We're almost a halfway through the race. So if he's able to do that and everybody else has to do 2 stops, that's going to be an extra 2 laps he has on everyone.
I like the 2-stop, though. I mean, with the tire fall off, I mean, where's Lilith Peters on the racetrack right now? I'm not quite sure where she's at. She's only a lap down now.
Lilith is...
Yeah, she's in 3 and 4, and he's in 1 and 2. Yeah, so they're like, it's the ends of the racetrack, so she's really a lap and a half down right now. She's going to continue to eat into that fast. Obviously, this traffic's not helping her, but, I mean, she can just go full attack mode here, right? Strader can't. Same with Dakota Ramsell. If they're on the same strategy, Sailors has actually pulled down pit road, so unless they can go a little longer than halfway on fuel, he pits a little early. Now, the Fuge boys are really trying to battle it out for the free pass, but JP Jones just went a lap down, so the battle is all for naught right now. Seeing Jacob Barker on the freshest tires on the racetrack, at least around these group of cars. He'll look to the outside of Peters. This is where wrecks happen, though, Wesley. Fresh tires, old tires, guys mad. This is where the chaos starts to happen.
Yeah, and it's just the difference of speeds between the 2 sets of tires. And look at that, all the way up the racetrack, just trying to get out of their way.
So so Blair Holloman's 10 seconds off the lead. To get back on the lead lap, Lilith is 10 seconds behind Holloman, or excuse me, Strader. So about a lap, so about 30 seconds behind him. Can she make that up? We're gonna find out.
I don't think so with the 2-stop.
I mean, we're gonna have to see. It's gonna get harder to lap guys, right? The further and further he goes through the field, it's gonna be really hard to lap some cars.
And Devin, the team owner for Peter, Strader, and Ramsdell, says they have 3 different pit strategies going on. Devin, is your calculator on fire?
That's okay. Well, you got 3 different drivers. They're all in very different spots at the racetrack too, right? I mean, they're all in very different circumstances. So why not go their own path instead of really doing all the same thing, right? Schrader's got command of the lead, and my oh my. Actually, P2 just pit, so Johnston down pit road.
It's going to unleash Heath and Cheney now.
And if Strader pits this time, that's perfect there. Because he'll have 2 seconds gained and only lap older tires, so. Nope, Snyder pits. He's down pit road.
Cheney follows him in.
So some contenders at the front coming down this time on lap 74 and lap 75.
And this is where the mental games kind of start. You don't want to get caught having an incident on pit road.
Oh, absolutely not. I don't mind this from those guys that were behind Strader a few laps. I mean, he can dictate the pace though, right? He's just so far ahead. I believe he's coming down pit road. Is he coming down pit road?
Yeah, Strader and Holloman, DuPont.
So most of the leaders, JP Jones has stayed out. He will assume the race lead.
49. Chris Fuge up to second. Lilith Peters going to be in third after that cycle's gone through.
Wouldn't it be a gift if the caution came out right now for JP Jones and Christopher Fuge? Chris is going down pit road this time, saw him dart to the inside, and so is JP Jones.
There's JP Jones. Well, hold on to it, JP.
Oh,
Hold on to it.
let's lock him up. That might be a speeding penalty. Have to see. Yeah, I kind of agree with John and Chad. I think the short pit is just probably not going to work out tonight. If it was straighter,
with this,
maybe.
Though, the cycle has kind of played out, and everybody's going to be on the lead lap. Or most of everybody's going to be on the lead lap. Top 10 or so.
So when do you pull the plug if you're the 01 though now?
Well, if we're going based off when she first came in around lap 50, with going 50, 50, and 50, I'd expect her on pit road around lap 100. So about 12, 13 laps.
She'd have about 25
not 12,
older
20,
tire, or newer tires.
Yeah. Not 12 or
I don't think
13,
that's
22 or 23 laps.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough. I just don't. Unfortunately for her. Maybe should have went a little longer. I don't know. I just don't think this two-stop can really work.
It could. I mean, it definitely depends
Yeah,
on how hard everybody else pushes on this second set.
If you're straighter, maybe it could, right? I mean, I think that's... Jarrett Johnson, though, has passed straighter. That's something to keep in mind. If those two just having a monumental battle, then I maybe could see it. But she's still got a lot of time to gain, and she's losing a bunch right now.
She is in Ramsdale. He was the second one down pit road only about 5 laps later. So that's also another truck that is going to be slower than everybody else that just came down, or just about so roughly. They've got about a second. Everyone else is faster than them.
Yeah, I mean, but a second, I mean, the 2-second fall off from the first run, I mean, we have to find out if this is the right call from the Lockbridge Motorsport boys and girls. See Holloman rip it to the inside with the fresh tires. He'll fly right on by like he's not even there. Westwood will be the next one to do so for P2, on P2, Ramsdale. The real interesting part of all this, though, Wesley, I really think is Johnston jumping straighter from 2 laps. I think that's a great pit call.
It is, and Johnston, he fell off towards the end of that run. The gap, I think, went up to about 3-4 seconds roughly when he first came in. So gaining that, and then also an extra about second. So gain about 3 seconds in 2 laps is not bad at all.
No. I mean, and if you follow him in, I mean, you're not going to win, right? He's just not going to win. So, yeah, I agree, John. I Schrader's winning this race if it's just with, I mean, not, he still has to beat Johnson and Snyder, but if it has to do with just the 2-tire or the 2-stop guys, I don't think they're going to be able to get there. Then don't count them out, though. I mean, you've seen crazier things. It's going to be really hard for me to
Kevin's
believe it.
questioning his own strategy. He's like, I
The
think
math ain't mathing right now.
there's multiple maths that are mathing, but also not mathing at the same time.
It's okay. Hope isn't what you want to put the strategy in there. When you start hoping for things, that's when things go wrong. I mean, either way, the 01's going to be leading laps, which is always nice to feel and always nice to do. I think it's different, right, if she was, 6 seconds closer, right? She wasn't 6 seconds already behind the leader when that first cycle started. That definitely affects it. But if the caution comes out right now, then it works perfectly because everyone's going to pit
Yeah.
for new tires. So
And the
There's
5 of
still-
Jacob Berger back into pit road already as well.
I mean, he can make it to the end, so why not?
he can make it to the end. He also got damage from when he first attempted to pit.
Well, he did get plowed into. Just a tad bit. Yeah, but well-placed caution right now. I mean, it really could help them. There's not going to be that many cars on the lead lap, I think, when this is all said and done.
Oh, right now it's 13 cars on the lead lap. Peters through DuPont.
Yeah, but Nagy, Hayes, or should be not Hayes, Gardner, and then the 2 leaders are on that 2-stop, so really it's 9. Even Sailors, I don't know how his fuel's looking, so. So we see up the Lockridge guys in chat. Lilith is her own woman in the strategy department. See Nagy to the inside of Gardner.
Gardner gonna cut back to the inside.
A good move there. Got 60 laps to go. Kind of entered a low point of this race.
Up front, though, I mean, it is tight. Johnston, Strader, Ramsdell, Snyder, and well, not Snyder. Snyder's a bit back, but second through fourth, almost all right on top of each other. Ramsdell, the oldest with those sets of tires out of the 3, he's fallen back. He was second behind Peters. And now Johnston, he's getting right behind her at this point.
Yeah, so when does Peters pull the plug, right? Is it losing the lead? Is that when she pits, right? I don't know if that's not the worst stretch. Well, it might be right now, because here comes Garrett Johnston. He's gonna want to make quick work of the 01. Look who's behind him, the 07 of Strader. Sophie in chat saying Blair needs to pick it up. Still in the top. Well, he's in 11th, but he's going to be in the top 10 when it's all said and done. When the cycle pits for these last few guys who are going to make the 2-stop.
And he's not too far away from 10th place either.
No, not at all. Now he's really on a lot older tires, so. I mean, if you're Lilith, right? Do you pit soon? I mean, you got to pit soon, because otherwise it's just going to be like the first run. You're going to get one of your laps back and you be in 11th or whatever when they were still out there. So I feel like 20 lap older tires is about the best it's going to be. Let's pit now and cut our losses. I'm not sure, though. Really tough, though. I mean, I don't even know, and I have all the... I see everything, right? She doesn't see everything.
I'd say probably pull the plug. Like, we're guessing is going to be lap 100, which is in about 4 laps is when she's going to pull it. And at that point, you're going to be sitting about, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds on back from the lead. So it's not too much of a gap. But like you said, probably only going to get one of her laps back with those new sets of tires.
Yeah, I just don't think it was worth it. As, man, Johnson loose off the corner. But you got to think, this battle for the lead, this could be what really helps this cause for the 01. Look how much lower Strader is off the exits and in the corners, Wesley. That is exactly what you need to do. Johnson stayed lower, but he just gives it up on exit. He gives the clean air to the 07. Right there on the back bumper, entering 3.
Creator, I mean, he's wrapping that bottom absolutely beautifully.
That's a good handling truck with 2 lap fresher tires. He's going to pull down in front of the 07, though. Not going to let him get to the inside. This is the battle for the win. Oh, he's loose. He bobbles off a 2. Johnson on the outside, Strader on the inside. Clear. Can he cross him over?
Not going to happen.
Christian Strader takes the race. Ugh, excuse me. How are we doing? I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Wesley? Are we doing okay?
I'm doing pretty good. Today at work wasn't too bad, and then I went and played D&D for a bit before we started the race, so I'm actually pretty good. The weekend was just fine.
I had a 4-day weekend, so it was a pretty long weekend for myself.
Lucky man, lucky man.
I don't know, it got boring there at some points, but it was nice to have work. But work wasn't that bad for me either, so we're doing pretty good up here in the broadcast booth. But Christian Strader on the racetrack is doing pretty well himself.
All right, here we go. Peter's on pit road. Nagy with her. Here comes the two stoppers.
Yeah, so actually later than we thought. So they're going to have 28 and 26 laps on the leaders in terms of fresher tires. I just don't think that's enough. Not, I think, enough in the play cards for this 01 team and the 07, or not the 01, and the 03. We're going to find out, though, at the end of the day. Down pit road, she'll change the right side tires of that machine. Try to get back out with the lefts as soon as possible. Excuse me. And she'll roll off pit road and try to put in some qualifying laps to get back into this race.
It is going to have to be perfect lap after perfect lap to gain a good amount of time. Try to get yourself back onto the lead lap.
I just don't see it. I think she's 2 laps down, is she not?
She is, but
yeah, no.
she's gonna to try to get back onto the lead lap to get both. It's gonna have to be just perfect lap every single time around.
She's gonna have to pass them 3 times to win this race. Not happening. Unfortunately for herself and Ramsdale, he's still out there chugging along, hoping for a yellow in 4th. Trying to pray that helps his day and saves his day. Cheney in 5th, though, having a good run. He'll cycle up to 4th once Ramsdale pits or he gets by him.
And
Oh,
here
Sailor's
comes
down the
Taylor.
road. He was one of those guys who pit kind of like in between the early cars and the late cars, so he didn't have enough fuel. Here comes Love. She'll get one of them back. I mean, long ways to go. If it was just a clean track, it's different, but you have all these other cars on the racetrack. That's what makes it really difficult.
Yeah, and they're going to be a lot slower than you are. So it's almost as though it's going to be a moving chicane that she has to get through, the best way to put it. Trying to dodge, weave in and out of all the cars that are on the track that she's got better tires than. Managing it good, gonna give her hopefully a little bit of clean air now.
She just passed the 10th place truck of, actually, yeah, the 10th place truck and 9th place truck of Westwood and Gardner. But Lilith's got a long road ahead of her here with coming back to 41 laps to go when we cross the stripes for her to catch the race leaders 2 more times. Not impossible, but very improbable.
Nothing's truly impossible. There's always improbability. And Strader out front, he's got that gap. He got around Johnston pretty good, able to hold the bottom a lot stronger, and now it's up to 2 seconds between him and 2nd place.
Yeah, but the one thing is, Strader's got 2 really good trucks that are running 8th and 9th right ahead of them, and they are not going to go away here. They're going to fight hard to stay on the lead lap.
And I do not blame them in the slightest. You got to be prepared in case a caution does fly.
And that could save the race. I mean, this battling right here could really hold up, not only for Johnson, but really for Lilith Peters. If this strategy is going to work, this is what she needs. Not optimal lap time, traffic, fresher tires holding up the 07, slower cars, slower tires. It's going to be hard to pass this 92. He's a tough pass. Look at that. He drives it off in there, takes the air away from the 07 off exit. Then if he gets by him, he's got Noah Walters right ahead of him. So a couple of tough trucks to pass here. Trader, they're looking for redemption last week. Coming up just short at Watkins Glen. Wants to do it on the quote normal racetracks here. And talk about the championship battle. Wesley, I think it's going to be all wrapped up for Blair Holloman with a P6 finish tonight. I believe he will be our champion.
I believe so as well. And as it sits right now, Snyder also going to win the admin box, being 3 places ahead.
Just think of the title fight we could have had if Snyder didn't have the bad luck early on in the year. He's really hit the nail on the head with consistency since that midsummer stretch of kind of coming back into this season, but just hasn't quite had enough time and enough races. Felt the bad luck early, and Holloman's just been so good.
But the battle for the championship might be over, but like you said, the main battle that I was looking at was second place. It was between Snyder and Westwood. Prola, an outside looking in shot as well, did not show up tonight, so he's going to lose out points with it.
Looky here, man. Westwood's fighting hard. Ramsell's right behind both of them. Ramsell could take it 3 wide and hurt the 07 even more. That's what he's going to do. And he's got a lot to lose.
Ramsdell, he's also on new tires. He came in. Everybody moved up to get out of his way.
That could really play into the hand here of these guys who pit. I mean, where's Lilith Peters on the track? Do we know? Gotta be only about 10 seconds behind these guys by now with the fresher tires.
She is about a third of the way further along the track.
So she's almost a lap again? She's gonna unlap herself again here soon? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Oh, she's a third of the track ahead. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. She's about 16 or so seconds behind.
Oof. Never mind. Yeah, she's about half a lap back. A little bit more than that. Westwood is giving him fits though, man.
Yeah, absolute. I'm not going to say he's blocking because he's not. He's running his line, but he's not making it easy for Strader to get around him. Probably a little bit of anger coming from Strader.
And I mean, Christian Strader's not really losing time anyways to Johnson, and Peters is probably not going to catch. So, and then once he gets by Westwood, he's got to go past Noah Walters. And then DuPont, too, up the road, who's coming back into these guys.
There we go. 07 peaked low, but Westwood, he get just being about that half lane or so higher, gets a good run on exit, and that's really what's helping him stay in front of the 07 of Strader. You see the 7 of Jeremy Clapper Newell. He's off pit road with new sets of tires. He's going to try to get past all these guys as quickly as he can, and that's just going to be even more traffic for the 07 to deal with.
That might actually help the 07. Can he get to the inside? No, he can't. He thought he could.
Yeah, there was a slight chance.
Chris is right behind him, too. He could get one of his laps back. Westwood all the way up on the boards, and he's going to stay side by side. Clears him into one.
And now that's that high side we talked about.
Look at Sailors. Could be 3 wide again off 2. Nope. Sailors was a bit more patient than Ramsell and Peters were. Westwood is going to pull up out of the fresh tires way and give dirty air to the 90, or excuse me, the 07, the 92 right ahead. Man, he's fighting hard. But
if I'm
Johnson's
Strader,
not
you've
really
got,
gaining, so
yeah, you've got 27, 28 laps left in the race. It might be annoying, but just ride. You're gaining time on Johnson. If anything, you're one of, if not the fastest truck every single lap going around. So just ride. Don't try to force an issue and get in a wreck.
Westwood, not quite. big run off. He just gets huge runs off the top. Just making it so difficult. And he pulls down in the bottom. Gardner's going to have a big run. Man, if Schrader had a car that was similar pace of him, he would be really angry right now. He probably is under the helmet. He's probably not too happy with what's going on.
Not too happy, but at the same time, I don't think you can really be upset. Westwood hasn't done anything egregious towards him.
Oh, he can be upset. you haven't met race car drivers, Wesley. They get mad at anything. They get mad. Guys do not like anyone racing them when they feel like they shouldn't have to. And when you're the leader, you think everyone should move out of the way unless they're for position.
Which this technically is position, staying on the lead lap.
It is. I mean, if I was the 92 or any other truck on the racetrack, I'd be like, yeah, he has that right. But if I'm the leader, I'm like, get out of the way.
And with this as well, Peter, she's only about, I'd say, 8 to 10 seconds behind. Now she's closed that gap as the 07 is stuck behind the 92.
If we had 10 more laps, 15 more laps, maybe, right? Maybe you could see the two-stop working a bit more if they had to stretch the fuel, but I don't know. I just don't think that was the optimal call tonight. Obviously it's not, because there's still a lap down. This track's just too fast. You just lose too much time on pit road. It's not like a Charlotte where you're gonna lose maybe a lap, right, and have fresher tires. Still be a lot of Charlotte. Christian Strader looks poised to take the checkered flag tonight. He's got 22 laps to go. So. Race be clean and fair. I cut your brake. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I mean, Westwood's he's racing him fair. It's just hard. And this might be the best opportunity we've seen for the 07. He's got position entering one.
Finally
crossover,
through.
maybe?
No.
92 has a big run.
I don't think so. Actually, straight.
Nah, he's gonna.
Yeah, you say that Westwood had the run, but I don't think he could have made that move going into 3.
Still could have made him mad. Johnston had finally gotten that gap down to 2 seconds, too. He was hoping for some more fighting. You say what, Kobe? I'm sorry. Oh, he's low on fuel, so maybe some fuel saving from the 66. That's odd. So, is this tight on fuel, Wesley? Are we just all bamboozled?
Maybe. Definitely interesting to say the least.
And battle for
Not
7th,
something I think I've heard of.
Battle for 7th, right ahead of the race leaders, and you saw how hard Westwood was to pass. These are cars ahead of him, battling for position. They are not going to want to go down a lap.
No, they're not going to want to give up that time just to say, hey.
Oh, DuPont.
I know you're the leader.
Great pass. The outside rear quarter panel is the 50 of Walters. DuPont, don't split 3 wide.
Be smart there, Strader.
No, he saw it. He's like, just don't do it, please, Strader.
It's going to follow Noah Walters, though. That highline momentum.
I mean, look at the gap, and 1.8 now. Garrett Johnston is closing.
And you talked about it, Gage. It is these fast trucks that are not going to want to get out of the way. That's what's costed him time. He's around DuPont. Westwood followed him through, but now he's still got Noah Walters, who's been fast all race long.
Yeah, he's having a great run. Obviously had the incident there with Jacob Barker coming to pit road, but aside from that, a clean, good day for the 50 car. It's going to be a really tough pass if the 07 does get there. But, I mean, Garrett Johnston's got to go through all this traffic, too. But he's not the leader, so there is that. Christian Strader with a 1.7 second lead. with 15 laps to go, though. Pretty comfortable. Not losing heaps of time. See, Peter's just now off at 2, so I think she maybe will get back in the lead lap before it's all said and done, but not the right pit call tonight, unless we're all bamboozled and everyone's gonna run out of fuel. Which we've been wrong before, right? We've been wrong before. Christian Strader continues to wrap the bottom of the racetrack. And now he holds a pretty steady 1.8 second. Looks like it's stabilized again at 1.8, 1.7, fluctuating there to Johnston. But he has three trucks in between him and P2 of Garrett Johnston. It's a lot of dirty air and a lot of trucks he's got to mangle his way through with 12 laps to go. So Lockridge Motorsports saying they won't say the numbers, but fuel is close. It's a concern. It's not completely out of the window, Wesley.
It's not, and I wasn't expecting fuel to exactly play the factor here.
I got greedy on pit road. Now Noah Walters ahead of him. They're going to be a tough pass. Get by him. I want to shout out someone in the top 5. Jared Hayes. Great run tonight in the top 5. For that 69 car. Been a rough few weeks, but man, really has put together a great race today.
He definitely has, and it's, like you said, very tough races the past couple of weeks to put it up here. And
Not a tough track.
Yeah, Dover, not exactly the toughest to drive. He's not sitting too far back either.
No,
from
really good day.
P4. Well, he's about
Walters
straight away.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought he
I
was wrecking.
I was about to say Hayes wasn't too far behind Cheney and Snyder, but he's the whole straightaway behind Cheney.
He's 8
still still a good amount of, still a good position, and he's got a good gap to Holloman behind him as well.
Say Snyder. Excuse me, man. And Westwood actually gets back by the 07. So now 8 cars on the lead lap again. I don't even know if Lilith will even get here before the end of the race. She's kind of lost a lot of the speed she had.
You can see her in the background though, going down the straights.
The gap. I want to talk about the gap. 1.5 now. He lost a lot of time as Strader to Johnson. Johnson cannot manage his way by DuPont though in the 87. Could be the different factor. He's still really not losing that much time.
Well, it's loose off of exit.
And he's tired of DuPont. Get out of the way. Time to go. DuPont will bail out. Peters will look to the inside. This is a battle for 9th and for position. We have 6 to go, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to close that gap in for the race lead. Gained a 10th in 1 and 2. Fuel is a slight concern. And when you're stuck side by side with the 92, another 10th loss. So 2/10 that lap. He's going to need a little bit more than 2/10. He's going to need a big moment, I think, from the 07 here. 10th again in 1 and 2. Man, if you're Christian, I know it's tough to do, but just let him go.
Oh, now he knows that he has his teammates starting to come back towards him. I don't think he'd just let him go. It's time to move if you can.
Crossover? No, he's going to be patient. He's only a second back. I think Strader was probably getting on the radio or maybe telling him, hey, it's time to move. Three to go. here at Dover. A caution-free race. Has that happened all season, Wesley? I don't think it has.
Don't think it has.
Not a single caution tonight. We've seen some incidents. None have resulted in the yellow flag. Got a total of 5 lead changes. And with 2 laps to go, the man who finished second last week is just 2 laps away from putting a bow on a perfect evening. Lap trucks continue to fight ahead. Walters will go a lap down. That puts 6 cars on the lead lap for Christian Strader. He wants to see the white flag. White flag will fly. 1 lap to go at Dover for Christian Strader. Perfect execution. Patience with the lap traffic at the end. And heartbreak last week. Had a duel and a half with Tyler Cheney. Came up short for that first win of the season and of the career. This week, though, redemption at one of the hardest tracks in NASCAR through 3 and 4 for the final time. Christian Strader delivers at Dover. Great bounce back.
I saw Johnston wiggling the car across the line out of gas.
Ran out of gas, but he made it just in time. P2. He's Snyder third. He'll win the in-season challenge. Something happened to Tyler Cheney, Wesley. He's 6th.
Yeah, I noticed that he started dropping through the field. I'm wondering,
I think he's
out of gas or did he puncture a tire?
Maybe. Looks like he's coasting. He was punctured a tire. He'd go faster. But either way, Christian Strader, great drive, man. I mean, heartbreak last week. I know he was pretty excited for P2, but you could tell there was something amiss from the interview last week. P2 just behind Tyler Cheney, but he answers the call tonight at Dover. Oh my gosh. Blech, word salad for me tonight. Conquers Miles the Monster in Dover Motor Speedway. He's gonna do victory burnouts down the front straightaway. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with our finishing results for tonight at Dover and our top 3 in the interviews.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
Hello and welcome everyone back at Dover, Delaware, at the Monster Mile. After a pretty calm race, really, Miles wasn't all that hungry tonight. We thought he was with an early scare with the 22 on lap 1, but really only 6 cars would finish on the lead lap tonight. Christian Strader, though, being the first among them with the race win. Garrett Johnson will he will finish in P2. Heath Snyder in 3rd. Just didn't have much for the top 2 really today. Jared Hayes in 4th. Holloman will round out the top 5, and I think he is our 2026 champion this season. Tyler Cheney in 6th, and Heath Snyder also did win the in-season tournament. So both those guys came in with a plan tonight, and they both executed. Cheney 6th, like I said. Noah Walters 7th. Westwood, he's fought like a bat of hell for 8th. 9th for Lilith Peters and Joseph DuPont, rounding out the top 10.
Going back to 11th, we've got the 03, the Doctor of Dakota Ramsdale. 12th is going to be the 88 of Jordan Sailors. 13th, Dave Fuge Jr. 14th, Colton Gardner. 15th is going to be JP Jones. 16th, Jeremy Clapper Noel. 17th, Christopher Fuge. 18th, Jacob Barker. We saw him get into an accident, trying to get onto pit road for his first pit stop. 19th, Andrew Nagy. And then 20th did not start, John Freeman.
And that is our finishing results. Wesley, let's go ahead and get the man who won our in-season challenge. Heath Snyder up into the booth. You got a copy, my man?
Hey, guys.
Heath, my man, you win the in-season challenge. So came into that race. I'm sure that was top of the radar. You come home with P3. Just talk me through a pretty solid night tonight for yourself and really just a solid top 5 run.
Yeah, I think the best question to ask here is how much did you get from picking me for the in-season tournament?
I should have bet money on it.
I thought you were crazy when you picked me.
I knew this was coming, Heath. I could see into the future, and I knew the season turnaround was coming. And you were my pick, so I'm glad you won, buddy.
Well, I appreciate your support, but yeah, Dover is one of my favorite tracks, to be honest with you. And I've been to the race here quite a few times, and just from that and the amount of laps I put in here, I figured I would be better off long run than what they were, because they were pushing the pace pretty quick there at the start. So I know at one point I was starting to catch back up, and then Strader got the lead and just drove away. So at that point, it was just, trying to salvage the best finish we could get, which I'm pretty happy with a P3, and I was able to finish ahead of Blair. So that was the main goal for the night.
Yeah, main goal checked and boxed off the list, and really, just like you said, a good night tonight. You did what you could with the car. Yeah, Strader was just a rocket tonight. He managed the race really well. That car, on the long run, short run, just seemed like it was on rails tonight. But you had a good run tonight yourself, and I mean, if the strategy works different, if we had one yellow, we didn't have a single yellow tonight, so it was all about saving the tire. So it was really a grueling race, and you had to get on and off pit road. Just a really, really fun race from our perspective to see all that green flag running.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% expected somebody to eat it off of turn 2 really early on in the race, and unfortunately that was my teammate partially, but good thing he didn't completely destroy it. He was able to keep going and finish the race. But yeah, overall the truck was solid, but I think where they were getting me most was a little bit on corner exit. I couldn't get into the throttle like I wanted to, and I went through a really loose phase when I caught Lily and passed her for 3rd. Just could not get on the throttle coming out of 2, and I was just losing so much time there.
Well, still, you salvaged a good day, like we all said. And Wesley, if you got further more to add here for our in-season tournament winner and our P3 finisher tonight.
I really ain't got nothing much. Now, one thing that did came apparent to us, we thought everybody would have been fine on fuel. But apparently there was some people that had to go into fuel saving. And I know who finished P6, Tyler Cheney. He was barking at your heels, but eventually ran out of gas. How close were you on the end of that race?
I had half a lap. We were all fuel saving. It was basically you had to make it to lap 75, and from there it was still going to be very close. I started saving as soon as I came off the pit road, so that way I didn't have to save at the end. So I was kind of managing like a half a lap to a lap good on fuel, and that last 20 laps I really didn't have to save at all. So it's just trying to finish out the race, hoping that we didn't get a caution, and hoping that things didn't go sideways if we did.
Well, no caution came out. Good race from everyone. And like everybody said so far, you've got the in-season tournament championship. You won that, beat out Snyder, which I agreed with you. I think Gage was a little crazy, but he predicted the turnaround, so congrats to him.
Yeah, I was
congrats
like,
to you
what
as
is
well.
This guy on?
I mean, I just know how to pick them, right? Like my favorite driver in real life is Austin Dillon, and I picked you, right? So I know how to pick them, right? Right, guys?
I guess you do.
The silence is deafening here. We're not.
But anyways, Heath, good to talk with you once again when you're up here. Which hopefully it's been rather a lot this past half of the season. Hoping to see you probably these last 2 races at Nashville and then Michigan. And before we let you go, though, any shout outs you want to do, sponsors, friends, family?
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys won't see me at Michigan because I will be at Michigan for the race that weekend. So,
so will I.
Nashville's awesome. Nashville's the only one I have left, but hopefully the points that I get from tonight and that race, I can pull off P2 in the standings, but that's going to be tight, so we'll see. But yeah, shout out to the guys back at Harpoon. I appreciate everything they do, and they put a lot of work into these trucks, and not only the trucks, but the the B series and the A series and other things than that. But I appreciate you guys for putting on the broadcasting almost the whole season, I think. So it's been nice having a consistent place to go to. And shout out to my girlfriend for letting me do this and not giving me too much of a hard time.
Well, Heath, I hope you have a great rest of your week, my man. Don't enjoy it too much with all that big money you won from tonight, but I hope to see you up here in Nashville, my man. It's going to, yeah, I feel it. You gotta buy a die cast up there in the Irish Hills, man.
Oh yeah, they have a great section for die cast. So we spent a lot of time there last year.
Spent a lot of time and a lot of money, but you have a great rest of your week, my man, and I hope you have a good trip up to Michigan in a few weeks.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys, and hope you enjoy the rest of your night as well.
Thank you, my man. Have a good night. Let's go ahead and get Garrett Johnston up here into the booth. Garrett, my man, do you got a copy?
I do.
So, Garrett, you started on pole tonight. You had a good run. What more do you need there to get to the 07 there at the end?
I was just too loose. I couldn't drive it quite like he was. He was able to kind of fully let off and reset the truck and drive off, and I was having to roll the corner and not get fully out of the gas, or else it upset the truck, and that also led to me not being able to save gas. So then I had to clutch, and it was just, worst comes to worst, and I just kind of had to ride it out there at the end.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job handling that bad handling. You were gaining on him a little bit in the end, and the lap trucks were, I don't know if you could see it, they were giving him fits up there. The 92 and all them guys, they were not letting it be an easy win for him, but still a good night from yourself. You come home P2. Looked like it was going to be a second win at one point tonight for yourself, but still a good points haul and all around a good executed race with no cautions. I mean, we just talked to Heath about that. Green flag race, your car really had to matter if it was good in the long run.
Yeah, I know. I think that's kind of also what burned me, is I was pushing pretty hard the first 20 laps or so, just thinking it was going to be at least one caution in there somewhere, and fuel strategy wouldn't matter. And after you run so hard at first and you shorten your first fuel run, then you're kind of back yourself into a corner for the second half of the race. But I mean, I can't ever say anything bad about a caution for the race, so you take it every time you can.
Yeah, without a doubt, my man, and take what you can get. And Wesley, if you got furthermore to add here for Garrett?
Oh, it was honestly a really, really good race. Again, green flag, I don't think we've seen that, a whole green race this whole season long yet, but y'all absolutely showed it off tonight, and it was good to watch. And the ending there, we talked with Heath. He was half a lap to the good across the line. How close were you on fuel at the end?
I sputtered coming off 4, so it was.
So I did see that right. Yeah, I thought I saw you wiggle going across the line.
Yeah, it was 100% out, and you know, it was also I saw Christian getting held up there in lap traffic, and I was like, maybe I can just stretch it a little more, and yeah, it's a good thing I didn't, because I was already about as close as I could have stretched it. So we'll take P2 and just be happy with what we got. We'll move on.
Got it out, my man.
Still nothing bad.
Sorry. No,
P2
not bad
ain't
at all,
nothing bad. So yeah.
No, it's
Well,
definitely not. It was a fast truck, and you know, the setup just was, you know, sometimes you're off by just a hair, and that's all that makes the difference. And I think that's what it was tonight. But props to Christian. He got the monkey off his back, and I know he's been trying for a long time to get one in here, and kudos to him. He made it work.
Shout out, my man. But before I let you go tonight, sponsors, shout outs, all that good stuff before I let you go.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always a fun one to go watch. Thanks to everyone who makes the league happen. It's a super fun league. You know, shout out to all the teammates and Devin for letting me come and race with these guys. And shout out to everyone watching at home, my dad, mom, my wife, everyone else. And we will see you guys next week.
Without a doubt, Garrett, hopefully see you up here back up into the top 3 broadcasting booth. Hopefully one spot higher, but you have a great rest of your week, my man.
All right, thanks to you guys as well.
Thank you. Let's go ahead and get our first time winner in here. Christian Strader, my man. Do you got a copy?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Well, I'm doing good. How about yourself? You pick up your first win in the series, and I don't think it could be in more dominant fashion tonight. You just you showed the field what's up after finishing second last week. Could have been the first win. You put a statement race in tonight.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it's always good to end up winning a race, and also to do one better than last week. I was a little disappointed after last week, so tonight felt pretty good to go out. Thanks to Devin, he gave me a rocket ship and made everything easy. You didn't really have to save gas. I didn't have to do anything. I just drove the truck.
Those are the best times when you can drive the truck and be fast and not have to do anything extra. But I mean, you still did a great job. You managed traffic. I bet traffic was a little frustrating at the end of the race for the last 20 laps with the 92 and a few others fighting to stay on the lead lap there at the end of the race. But you managed that well. You didn't let yourself get spooked by it. And I mean, you just executed tonight when a lot of guys took some opposite strategy, tried the 2-stop. You guys went with the 1-stop, which was obviously the right call by a long shot, actually. And you really did a great job tonight capturing your first win of the season.
Yeah, I definitely was getting a little frustrated for a minute there at the end there. I mean, just wanted to kind of manage the gap. I looked at it and I was like, all right, I think we're good. So I was like, let me back off. Then I looked at it again and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be good. So I mean, there was a little bit more speed in the trucks at the end to be able to kind of go out and try to get them. Didn't want to try to use it up because, I mean, you're always using tires. It always is Dover's tough. I'm tired. Like, it's a hard track to get around. You start running hard at the end, and the truck's slipping and sliding around. And I mean, when it really came down to it, and it was getting close, and the gap closed down, I really appreciate it. Noah and Kyle both gave me the space and let me go on by, and that was big. So I mean, they definitely raced me hard. But I mean, at the same time, they have a race that they're running. You never know; we might get a late race caution. That could be big for spots, and also, I mean, that's 7th and 8th right there. So they're going to try to race. They're going to try to get those spots. So I don't blame them for it. And when it really got close, they both pulled over and said, "Hey, I see the gap's getting close, and you guys go ahead and finish it off," and tried to do what they could to not influence the end of that race. So I really appreciate it from them. That was really nice of them to go ahead and move up the track and let me go through.
Without a doubt, some sportsmanlike conduct from them guys near the end of the event. And Wesley, if you got furthermore here for Christian on a flawless victory tonight.
No, I don't think I can say anything really. Just the best truck overall, had the long run speed, able to just eke out the gap as soon as you got into the lead each and every time, just all around almost perfection.
No, I really appreciate it, guys. I mean, the only thing that I really was concerned about all night was the one pit stop. I'm glad that we only had one. You know, the pit road is scary to get onto, so I was pretty happy that we just had to make one stop tonight. No, I mean, overall, I thought it was a great race. I mean, everybody did a good job. No yellows, no major incidents. Everybody was out there running good laps, and I mean, sometimes it makes it a little bit of a boring race. As I say, not too much really felt like it happened. It just felt like it was clicking off laps for a while there. But I mean, other than that, I'm glad to at least have been the one that came out with the win there. So we'll take that.
Without a doubt, my man, you took it to victory lane tonight. And before I let you go, to enjoy your first win of the season, sponsors, shout outs, family members, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you again to you guys. You guys do a great job with it in the booth, and I mean, it's a lot of time. I'm sure that eats into some time, and so I appreciate you guys coming out and broadcasting for us. I want to say thank you to Dave for putting everything on, and Kevin for doing all the post race reports and everything. Tonight was luckily probably his easiest night of the season, so I'm sure he's enjoying that one. And then I want to say thanks to all my teammates, Dakota, Jared, Lily, Garrett, and then of course Devin. Couldn't do it without him. I still don't know how to work on a truck, even on an oval. So typically he takes care of it, and he did a heck of a job putting this one together tonight.
Without a doubt, he did a great job putting it together, and you did a great job on the racetrack to put it up here in victory lane, my man. Enjoy the win, my man. I hope to see you next week at Nashville, I believe, is the next race. So I hope you have a good run there. Hope to see you back up here, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Yeah, thank you. You guys too, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
Hopefully. See you, my man. Is Christian Strader, everyone, our race winner tonight. And just a flawlessly executed race, Wesley, from start to finish, really, from the 07 crew.
Yeah, just flawless from start to finish. Started second place and got the lead. There was a little bit of a battle when Peters absolutely blew up through the field to get the lead, but then fell back, and as soon as he could, he got it, and he did not look back.
No, he did not look back 1 second. He did just a great job. He executed all night, and that's what, at one point, Johnson got ahead of him on the pit cycle, right? With like 2-lap older tires, and he passed him back and didn't panic, kept the car straight, didn't burn the stuff up. That's what you got to do as a driver. You got to execute those days, and you got to execute when adversity comes, and he did that perfectly tonight. Your race winner. With only 2 races left in the season, it's sad that we only have 2 races left because, I've had a lot of fun up here in the booth with you and Kobe. We have a lot of fun doing this. It's not quite over. We still have Nashville on June 1st, so quite a ways, actually, because we don't race next week because it's Memorial Day. We found that out ourselves. We kind of forgot it was Memorial Day next Monday. But Indy 500 weekend, Coke 600 weekend, we have a packed house in terms of motorsports in real life and in the sim, too, if you want to race the 600 in the sim. At your own dismay.
Not me. I ain't going 600 miles.
I could do it, but man, Charlotte and the next gen it's just the next gen. So, but yeah, without a doubt, subscribe and like the channel here. Kobe does an amazing job, not only here on Monday nights, but every time he streams, he does a fantastic job. So subscribe and like to the channel. Inside Lane Productions, he does a great job. SSRL Appalachian Chillbilly Truck Series at Dover. Hope you all enjoyed tonight like we did. No cautions tonight, a bit of a different stretch for Dover. But I hope to see you all 2 weeks from now at Nashville. Thank you.